This next SCP is one I know about, but I've never read. This is SCP-191, aka the Cyborg Child.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this one, but never actually
Yeah.
looked into it.
I'm suddenly concerned.
Random person says there's only one singular Japanese SCP, and it turns says God's Bright. Yeah. Alright. Item SCP-191, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. 191 is currently housed in a 6-meter by 6-meter room at Site-17. To date, 191 has not made any requests for furnishings or entertainment. The current furnishings include one wooden frame futon with a 15 centimeters or 6 inches pad and a standard cotton bed sheets and blankets. All sheets are to be sterilized each morning according to standard procedures. The futon pad itself will be replaced every 6 months, and the old pad discarded through incineration. One standard 220V type G power outlet with an emergency cutoff box, fuse circuit breaker, and manual non-insulating guillotine located outside the cell. Huh?
Okay. That escalated quickly.
Yeah, that escalated real quickly. So does that mean the Foundation just has guillotines?
As a side note, the way that you pronounce guillotine is giving me an eye twitch.
Oh, guillotine. Oh, sorry. One.
Though at the same time, I can't blame you because it's a French word.
Ah.
And French words are notoriously fucking batshit insane in how they're fucking spelled compared to how they're pronounced.
Random person says, I didn't know that Site-17 was in France. It's not, it's in America somewhere. But it's kind of funny. One standard hazardous waste disposal unit, liquid and solid waste. All drainage tubes shall lead directly to an incinerator unit. 191 is to be dressed in loose, sleeveless garments made of 100% long, staple cotton. Fresh clothing will be provided once daily, with used garments sterilized according to standard procedures. Bathing is to be done once every evening, and a wash tub filled with a solution of water and baking soda. Feeding in the form of a sterile saline solution supplemented with vitamins, minerals, antibiotics, and mild anesthetic shall be carried out twice a day via injection into a metallic tube located in the base of the neck. 191 is capable of limited self-care, including draining waste and recharging internal batteries. A log shall be kept of power consumption and any unusual changes in power usage reported to supervising staff. Daily inspections for injuries should be carried out after bathing. Should 191 require medical care, refer to documents 191 Alpha, special medical needs, and 191 Alpha supplemental, repair for non-biological components. Before administering care, at least 2 armed guards are to be present in the room at any time that personnel have contact with 191. Although a translucent screen may be utilized for privacy purposes, standard anti-computer countermeasures are ineffective, as 191's components have been hardened against electromagnetic pulse, EMP. Alright, description. 191 is a female human child approximately redacted years old. It is believed to have been a test subject for several experimental surgeries performed by the late Dr. Redacted. Alright. Well, 80% of the left half of the face and skull have been removed, with the eye and ear replaced with a complex transceiver system that allows it to receive and transmit not only visual and auditory input, but a wider spectrum of electromagnetic radiation, ranging from low-frequency radio to high-energy gamma rays. The lower jaw, teeth, and larynx have been removed and replaced with data expunged. Esophagus has been rerouted to an artificial orifice. Hi, Festus.
Oh, is he coming through the mic?
Yeah, I heard him.
Festus is always welcome.
What's up, bro?
At the back of the net.
If you want pets,
Huh?
you can come up here.
Yeah.
If you want pets, you can come up here, buddy. No, you're just gonna sit there and yell?
Yes.
Come here, you tub of lard. There you go.
Feeding tube and a trachea rerouted directly to an air filtration device. Due to these alterations, 191 is incapable of speech, although it has been reported occasionally vocalizing distress through rapid respiration. 2. An input-output device has been placed into the right forearm, replacing the radius and... Is it ulna or ulna?
Ulna.
Ulna. Okay. Ulna bones. The device contains interfaces for a variety of modern and obsolete formats, including USB, Ethernet, FireWire, and DIN 8-pin, as well as 7 other interfaces corresponding to no known formats. The device can be accessed by pulling back the skin over the right arm like a shirt sleeve. Ugh! Why?
Don't you love it when doctors treat children like objects?
No.
I was being sarcastic.
I'm petting Festus.
Oh no.
Alright, 3. A 24-core processor array has been implanted in the brain, which translate input from all artificial components, essentially allowing 191 to read and write computer data without the use of an external interface. Internal communication is carried out through fiber optic cables implanted through the glial cells in the entire nervous system. Damage to the brainstem and cerebellum due to the inflammation procedure has severely damaged 191's motor skills. Wait, what are glial cells?
Mm-mm.
I don't know what that
I
is.
could look it up.
Yeah.
You only get rights when you know how to file taxes.
That's America. Well, actually, no, it's not, because you still don't got rights.
Where's the glial cells?
It's implanted through the glial cells in the entire
Right
nervous system.
there. Okay. It's easier to hear you than to figure out where it is.
Sorry.
Okay. Let me just look it up.
Same random person. None of us have rights. America.
Personally, I only have wrongs.
America.
Glial cells, also known as neuroglia, are non-neuro cells that support and protect neurons in the nervous system.
Oh, shit.
They sound very important.
Yeah. So they can kind of act like antibodies for the nervous system.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he implanted cables in them.
Yep.
Festus.
American land and cheeseburger. America, the land of the fuck you. Sorry. Anyways, back to the SCP. 4. The right hand and right foreleg have been replaced with artificial components consisting primarily of steel, carbon fiber, and an unknown polymer-like substance. The exposed areas of tissue are susceptible to injury and infection due to damage to the spinothalamic tract. 191 has reduce pain and temperature sensitivity in its limbs. Reconstructive surgery by Dr. Redacted was able to provide some relief, but regular doses of antibiotics and analgesics are still required.
I think that says anal, Jessica. Maybe I'm wrong.
Analgesics. Okay.
Maybe I should look that up.
Sure, go ahead. Watch it just be an SCP thing.
What do you mean believe that it's just an SCP?
Pronoun. Oh, you were right. Analgesics.
Yeah. Anyways. 5 data expunged. 6, the lungs, heart, and major blood vessels have been replaced with mechanical analogies. Or analogies. I think
Analogs.
Analogs. Oh, why did I...
It's okay.
Analogues.
I mean, you've just been reading the word analogs for how long?
I've never seen analog as a plural. Only singular.
But don't worry, you're not into analog horror, you're into analgesics horror.
It has been determined that this system would allow 191's bodily systems to be restarted after death and may have actually data expunged. 7.
That's a fun data expunged.
Yeah.
No.
Oh god, I read ahead. Oh no. 7. The digestive system has been completely reconfigured to the point where the regular food intake is both unnecessary and dangerous. Waste is now disposed of via the drainage system, located in the lower back, and consists of a thick, dark gray, viscous slime consisting primarily of data expunged. Oh boy, I didn't see this part. 8. The reproductive organs, uterus, ovaries, etc., have been removed and replaced with data expunged. According to Redacted's notes, this was done to provide extra space by removing non-vital components. Hormone therapy has been proposed to counteract the long-term effects of the missing glands. This proposal is under review, pending analysis of possible complications due to data expunged. Certainly, I don't like this SCP. Says random person. 9. Data expunged. 10. At least 15 other alterations of unknown purpose. Given this fact and the haphazard integration of the useful components, it is believed that they were performed merely to test the viability of such procedures on other subjects. Investigations are underway as to whether Dr. Redacted was planning to data expunged. At present, any theories as to the purpose behind these alterations are speculative. At best, as Dr. Redacted died during the raid in which 191 was recovered, and the only surviving records of his research are a single half-burned spiral-bound notebook consisting mostly of cryptic notes regarding a higher purpose. Now this is where I got a
So
red ahead.
you got...
Huh?
You're cutting out here and there.
Do I need to reread that paragraph?
I mean, I read it myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
So no, but...
I also have it.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so continuing now. This is where I read ahead. History 191 was recovered by the Foundation agents during a brief collaborative effort with the Global Occult Coalition, in which a raid was conducted on the laboratory of Dr. Redacted, a suspected member of the Redacted.
That looks very much like Sarctic Cult. Maybe I'm wrong.
I wouldn't think... The Sarctic Cult's more flesh, not robotic. Yeah. I don't think it would be them.
That doesn't sound Sarctic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I said Sarctic Cult. I'm thinking of something. Sarctic Cult, just not them?
No, what I think most likely it could fit right there is Prometheus Labs.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. That one would actually track and make a bunch of sense, but we don't know. It's redacted.
That's fair.
Yeah. 191 was the only test subject recovered from the laboratory. All other test subjects expired during the raid, either disposed of by Dr. Redacted or eliminated as hostiles by the task force. Preliminary assessment concluded that the full reconstruction was impossible, that the components introduced were too technologically advanced to risk becoming widely known, and that it could be a source of valuable data regarding data expunged if kept alive. Subject was classified 191 and moved to site redacted on redacted. Its disappearance and those of the other test subjects was later blamed on a local serial killer who was arranged to be killed in prison while waiting trial. Really? You couldn't think of anything else.
You know, if he was already a
so.
serial killer.
Probably. Anyways. Addendum 091, 191-01 testing of 191's abilities has commenced. Oh shit, what did I do? Oh god.
What?
I accidentally clicked that instead of.
All you did was just open a new window. What?
I accidentally clicked it instead of finishing the article.
Oh.
Yeah. Psychological analysis by Dr. Glass. 191 is responding fairly well to containment. It is completely docile and cooperative, and when not being interacted with, it spends most of its time sitting still or curled up in a fetal position. This may be a sign of distress, but is more likely for physical comfort, as normal body movements and postures are difficult. Mental acuity is questionable, although capable of rapid data analysis and communications when physically linked to a computer system. It seems unable to follow conversations with human beings unless the conversant speaks slowly and uses simple words. Complex tasks are also impossible unless it is guided at every step. Its mood seems consistent, though somewhat inscrutable. It continually affects melancholy, will not make eye contact unless asked to, and any attempts to induce cheerful and humorous mood have proven fruitless. However, it shows no signs of ongoing mental distress and claims, through a computer interface, that it is feeling well. To date, 191 has not requested access to or information about any acquaintance it had before its abduction. Damn! Alright, so I'm not sure if it would appear in the video, but you might as well see the experiment log.
Yeah.
Note, this is a test log for exploring the capabilities of 191. Please remember that 191 is a research tool, not an entertainment center. Any tests involving games or other recreational technology should be conducted in a professional manner and not for amusement. Dr. Redacted. Right. Subject redacted paint. How the fuck do I say that?
Ubiquitous
simple drawing program. Instructions: interface with the computer via USB port and draw specified pictures using redacted paint. Results: 191 was instantly able to emulate the functions of a mouse and keyboard, then showed any photograph. 191 was able to reproduce it within seconds using only the pencil tool. Creating copies indistinguishable from the original. After the test was recorded, it was noticed that 191 had continued drawing in additional redacted paint files. 191 appeared surprised and opened a text file on screen, claiming that it had not realized it was still drawing. The following drawings were discovered. 3 people wearing what appeared to be GOC uniforms, standing in a burning office, pointing guns at a man across the room. The man is committing suicide via gunshot wound to the head, his face obscured by blood. Agent Redacted, who are participating in a raid in which 191 was acquired, identified this as the death of Dr. Redacted, 191's creator. Okay. An adult and child trick-or-treating. The child is a girl wearing makeup similar to that worn by Boris Karloff in Frankenstein, and the adult data expunged. Not two. Third one is data expunged. 191 was asked again if it was really feeling well, and once again replied via text file that it was feeling fine and that the expunged didn't mean anything. Aww.
Oh no. I feel like she's not fine, but she's so traumatized that she doesn't know how to express that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The concept farm video is gonna be awful. Subject: the video game redacted. Instructions attempt to emulate the functions of a Wiimote and play a video game. Result: test began poorly, as 191's impaired motor skills caused it to snap the disc in two before it could place it in the console. 191 became distressed, and it then stared at the disc, and the red light from its eye changed to green for a moment. When Dr. Redactor returned with a fresh disc, less than 2 minutes had passed, the game was already running on the machine. Dr. Redacted inquired as to how that had happened, and a message appeared on screen saying, "I looked at the ones and zeros, and I loaded those in. I'm sorry, I know I'm not supposed to do it this way, but I didn't want you to waste a disc. Please don't be angry." 181 still seemed fearful of reprimand, even after being reassured that it was doing excellently. 191 made a perfect run-through of the game, despite the fact that it did not make any physical movements consistent with the weak controls. This poor thing!
How abused was she before the Foundation took her?
Absurdly so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's an understatement.
And if it is,
oh my gosh.
And if it is Prometheus Labs, very. Subject: redacted, a well-known video effects program. A 40-second video file from a security camera located in the employee cafeteria. Instructions: perform a series of video enhancement techniques used by forensic detectives on the popular television drama Redacted. Techniques that cannot actually be done in reality. Zoom and enhance. Huh? Yeah.
I can't believe. I cannot believe that they felt the need to redact CSI. This is some unnecessary redaction.
That's one thing I do agree with some people on SCP Reddit, but the earlier on SCPs kind of redacted a bit too much.
Like, this is just why we don't need to redact this.
They probably redacted it specifically to avoid copyright infringement.
Maybe?
Mentioning it would not
I know.
cause copyright
Yeah.
infringement. But,
There's an issue with the amount of redacted tests. Yeah. Zoom
I
in.
never said it would, just what I think they thought.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Zoom in and enhance. 191 was instructed to zoom in on the window over the parking lot and render the license plates on the cars, which were illegible from this distance. The actual license plates had been photographed for reference. Uncrop. 191 was asked to shrink the video by 100px on each side and fill in the blank space with what it believed the rest of the cafeteria looked like. Again, data that was not actually available in the video. Rotate camera. 191 was informed of the exact location and angle of the other security cameras in the cafeteria and asked to render the scene as viewed from that angle, filling in the parts that the current camera did not see. The actual footage from the second camera was requisitioned and held for reference. Result: 191 could not understand instructions at first. Dr. Redacted had to provide a lengthy explanation, and then stand behind 191 and give it instructions one step at a time. It was several minutes before the test could even begin. However, once 191 actually got started, the videos and frames were finished in less than 7 minutes, on which at least 3 were spent watching the rendering progress bar. Zoom in and enhance test. 191 successfully rendered a close-ups of the license plates, complete with photorealistic scratches and dents. However, the plates were found not to match the license plates on the vehicles. 191 typed, the data wasn't there, so I had to guess. National license plates were redacted, 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 and redacted, redacted.
Thanks. The operating questionnaire. Named several of the documentations that are redacted. Huh.
Oh, cool. The license plates generated by 191 were I am 191. 191 is a 600 DMA and Chai 930. Uncropped test 191 expanded the video canvas and filling in what was in the blank space, rendering the extra image seamlessly. It did not match the actual cafeteria, but once again, the data was not in the video file, and 191 had been forced to guess. Rotate camera test. Generated video matched the angle of the second camera perfectly, and almost everything visible from the angle of C1 matches seen in C2 very closely. As before, places not visible were very different. One table only visible in C2 that had been seating redacted was now in the generated video. Seating Dr. Redacted and Agent Redacted. The attending doctor and agent supervising 191, eating lunch and talking. A lip reader was brought in to decipher what Dr. Redacted and Agent Redacted were saying in the simulation video. Data expunged. Real Dr. Redacted became uncomfortable upon learning what 901 had depicted her saying to Agent Redacted, and the real Agent Redacted declined to comment.
Oh.
Oh, that's
I guess.
cute. That's actually cute. Although there were many visual differences between the original videos and 191's copies, many on-site personnel were unable to determine which ones were the forgeries. Alright, so that's it of 191. And holy hell, that was a roller coaster of stuff. I feel so bad for this child.
It's like they were trying to. It's like they were trying to write, like an exaggerated version of why it's bad to use generative AI, but before generative AI was a thing.
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to make a child that was very nervous. They didn't want to make mistakes, but they didn't know what to do.
So, look at that thumbnail.
I know, I'm just.
Apparently, the doctor who experimented was named Colin Salvador by the author. Interesting. Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about that thumbnail.
It made her look like a zombie with robot parts.
This is fundamentally an SCP about child abuse and experimentation, and the thumb tried to make her look like a fucking monster.
Yeah.
I think we all know this is bad.
Yeah.
Thumbnails 4. Moving on.
4.
Alright. What the? Why?
Researcher Jane Madison.
Shut the fuck up. I need to see the bottom part. Okay, there we go. They have 191, but hold on. Silocat and Dr. Clef wrote 191.
Huh.
And neither are there.
Oh, just give them a 1.
Yep. Alright. In 3, 2, 1.
Researcher Jane Madison arrived at the Foundation and picked up her schedule for the day. Her first task was to perform a preliminary diagnosis on a newly recovered subject. As she walked towards the room where the subject was being housed, she quickly ran through the notes about the SCP. There didn't seem to be anything to be concerned about, which relieved Jane. She was always nervous the first time she met a new subject, especially if they were known to be dangerous. This case was classed as safe, so she was confident she didn't have anything to worry about. The subject was a young girl that had been recovered during a search of a laboratory. Jane opened the door and walked into the room. What she saw made her cry out in horror. Nothing could have prepared her for the sight before her eyes. The little girl was hardly recognized.
What the fuck? What?
I don't know what I would imagine her to look like, but that's not it.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, I
that's
do
not
agree
it.
with you, Adama.
Let's re-look at her physical description.
I don't think it ever said a color.
Receiver system.
Yeah, and it doesn't talk about colors.
Yeah, one of the things it says is half of the skull has been removed, not like most of the face.
Oh yeah, it's just
That'd be
half.
like half of the face.
80% of the left half of the face and skull have been removed.
Yeah, it says 80%, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm erased by complex transceiver system.
Yeah, 80% of one half of the face. So, not of the whole face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just showing it as 80% of the face in general is gone, which is different.
So we can already put probably wrong SCP design. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Why?
This kid's already been through enough, and they're like, let's do more.
Article is 80%. Left half, or, yeah, lower jaw, yeah. Yeah, this is... Wow.
I mean, we knew she basically didn't have her lower jaw anymore, but...
Yeah.
To just do this feels... I feel like you need to be careful with things that involve abused children, and they didn't care enough to be careful remotely.
Yes.
Yes. Let's also point out the fact that apparently this researcher with the Foundation is somehow so fucking unaccustomed to weird shit that they would instantly break out screaming seeing this sight rather than take a second and think, oh, maybe I shouldn't scream in the presence of an abused child.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not something I should do as the adult in the room.
Yeah, also, random person says they didn't need to make the metal the same color as blood.
Yeah. Like they're making design choices that are specifically geared toward like trying to make her look what's the right word? Monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also got rid of her neck. Granted, a good portion of her neck is like replaced with other stuff. I just don't know if it'd be the full thing.
Yeah, I don't think it was a full thing.
Monstrous, horrifying.
Yeah.
Like this, like real talk. I'm like, there's a fucking head that Flack can, like Flack in Borderlands 3 can have that looks a lot like this.
Yeah.
Which is like it's a head that's specifically intended to look intimidating and scary.
Yeah.
To put on this the robotic beast master that hunts down everything he can in the galaxy.
And they put that same thing on an abuse victim.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Wait, I also just realized it does look like they
And
don't have a lower jaw anymore.
Well, in the
yeah.
article it said that she was missing her lower jaw. That's
Oh.
not the issue.
Oh, I forgot about that part. I thought it was still there. Never mind. Lower jaw. Oh yeah, been replaced with that expunge, so it's completely unknown. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Anyways, we ready to continue the
Anyway.
shit show?
Ready's a strong word.
I was prepared to pull up the definition of ready again. Stay 2-1.
Recognizable. The majority of the left side of her face and skull had been removed. Her right hand and right foreleg had been replaced with steel and carbon. Her lower jaw, teeth, and larynx had been removed, and what looked like a feeding tube was protruding out of the back of her neck. Jane couldn't quite believe what she was looking at. What on earth has happened to this poor child? Welcome back to SCP Exposed. Today we bring you the safe class subject, SCP-191.
Yes, and that's what
But
you
before I go
do to an abuse victim. Look at them in absolute horror.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself, bud. In 3, 2, 1.
don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any more SCP stories. SCP-191 is currently housed in a 6 meter by 6 meter room at Site 17. To date, SCP-191 has not made any requests for furnishings or entertainment. Current furnishings include the following. 1 wooden frame futon with a 15 centimeter pad and standard cotton bed sheets and blankets. All sheets are to be sterilized each morning according to standard procedures. The futon pad itself will be replaced every 6 months, and the old pad discarded through incineration. 1 standard 220V type G-power outlet with an emergency cutoff box, fuse, circuit breaker, and manual non-insulating guillotine located outside the cell. 1 standard hazardous waste disposal unit. All drainage tubes shall lead directly to an incinerator unit. SCP-191 is to be dressed in loose, sleeveless garments made of 100% long staple cotton. Fresh clothing will be provided once daily, with used garments sterilized according to standard procedures. Bathing is to be done once every evening, in a wash tub filled with a solution of water and baking soda. Feeding in the form of a sterile saline solution supplemented with vitamins, minerals, antibiotics, and a mild anesthetic shall be carried out twice a day via injection into a metallic tube located in the base of the neck. She is capable of limited self-care, including draining waste and recharging internal batteries. A log shall be kept of power consumption, and any unusual changes in power usage reported to supervising staff. Daily inspections for injury should be carried out after bathing. Should she require medical care, refer to documents 191 Alpha, Special Medical Needs, and 191 Alpha Supplemental Repair of Non-Biological Components before administering care. At least 2 armed guards are to be present in the room anytime that personnel have contact with SCP-191. Although a translucent screen may be utilized for privacy purposes, standard anti-computer countermeasures are ineffective, as her components have been hardened against electromagnetic pulse. SCP-191 is a female human child, approximately 10 years old. She is believed to have been a test subject of several experimental surgeries performed by the late Dr. Mark Wilson.
Wait, hold on. The doctor
Yeah.
was announced early. Oh, sorry. Oh, I went too far.
Yeah,
Earlier,
but they don't. Do you think that this person is going to go out of their way to find a Q&A that would reveal that? Also,
Yeah.
That was questioning him. Looking at this depiction of the child abuser,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is severely racist.
Ow.
I.e., extremely squinted eyes and
Oh.
a purposefully yellowish tint to their skin tone.
I didn't
You
pay
didn't
attention
think
to
of that, Bright?
I was not paying attention to that. I was just saying, oh, just a bad jaw on a person. No, I did not. Oh my god.
On top of that, this is the guy that is the child abuser. So I think we're gonna need to expand like how many points we can put into offensiveness. Because we're well off the charts by now.
It's gonna be like negative numbers in the percentages.
I just
Do you even have a negative percentage?
I mean, that's a thing that can happen, I believe.
Okay.
-8%.
I've just never seen a negative percent number.
I think it would basically just mean that, like,
Mhm.
the thing is, it is possible. Yeah. I'm not good with math. All I know is that this makes me incredibly frustrated and angry.
We're only 3 minutes in.
Uh,
Oh wait, they're probably gonna make up some bullshit uh, group when we pretty much it's most likely probably Prometheus Labs with how they run things.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyways, 3, 2,
ever
1.
since I don't think so. -% should be fine. Yeah, true.
And when she was there,
And like
she was not
I'm
treated nicely.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like kind of rationalizing like why would -% be a thing in the same way that like a negative number in a lot of equations just amounts to like subtracting that number.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Alright.
I dropped out of high school.
I went to college for a little bit. I don't even know negative percentages exist.
Well, technically, negative numbers don't really technically exist. They
Right.
exist more like in the calculation sort of sense.
Oh,
They are important for
Meanwhile, I'm my own
calculations, but you can't have
nice.
less than a thing.
Ah. Apparently, random person is
i.e.,
minoring in mathematics. Oh, sorry.
i.e., they're a concept. Yay.
Yay.
Ugh,
Anyways, back to the
my
video
head
at hand.
hurts.
3, 2, 1.
Mark Wilson. 80% of the left half of her face and skull have been removed, with the
That's
eye and ear replaced by a
not
complex transceiver
entirely
system that
left
allows her to receive
side
and
of her
transmit
face.
not only visual and auditory input, but a wider spectrum of electromagnetic radiation, ranging from low-frequency radio to high-energy gamma rays. Her lower jaw, teeth, and larynx have been removed. The esophagus has been rerouted to an artificial orifice at the back of the neck to act as a feeding tube, and the trachea is routed directly to an air filtration device. Due to these alterations, SCP-191 is incapable of speech, although she has been reported occasionally vocalizing distress through rapid respiration. An input-output device has been placed into her right forearm, replacing the radius and ulna bones. The device contains interfaces for a variety of modern and obsolete formats, including USB, Ethernet, and FireWire.
Yeah,
The device
so
can be accessed by pulling back the skin over the right.
Yeah.
let's take a moment to talk about another question. Why did they give her the murder grippers
Yeah.
I'm going to
when there's
comment that
absolutely no reason for that?
they transformed the skin flap into a skin glove.
Yeah.
I just
This video's already going to shit. Oh, cool. Cool, Darna. Yeah. Anyways. 3, 2, 1.
right arm like a shirt sleeve. A 24-core processor array has been implanted in her brain, which translates input from all artificial components, essentially allowing SCP-191 to read and write computer data without the use of an external interface. Internal communication is carried out through fiber optic cables implanted through the glial cells and the entire nervous system. Damage to the brainstem and cerebellum due to the implantation procedure has severely damaged her motor skills. Her right hand and right foreleg have been replaced with artificial components consisting primarily of steel, carbon fiber, and an unknown polymer-like substance. The exposed areas of tissue are susceptible to injury and infection. Due to damage to the spinothalamic tract, SCP-191 has reduced pain and temperature sensitivity in her limbs. Reconstructive surgery by Dr. Jacobs was able to provide some relief, but regular doses of antibiotics and analgesics are still required. The lungs, heart, and major blood vessels have been replaced with mechanical analogs. It has been determined that this system would allow SCP-191's bodily systems to be restarted after death. Her digestive system has been completely reconfigured to the point where regular food intake is both unnecessary and dangerous. Waste is now disposed of via a drainage system located in her lower back and consists of a thick, dark gray viscous slime. Her reproductive organs, uterus, ovaries, etc. have been removed. According to notes recovered, this was done to provide extra space by removing non-vital components. Hormone therapy has been proposed to counteract the long-term effects of missing glands. This proposal is under
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually surprised that they left in the part about reproductive organs. I expected them to redact that because they're scared of Big Bad YouTube getting on their ass. So it's like I'm moderately surprised by that. There's no good or bad emotions that comes with that fact. It's just I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept it accurate
Yeah.
for once.
Once. 2, 1.
Review, pending analysis of possible complications. She has at least 15 other alterations of unknown purpose. Given this fact and the haphazard integration of the useful components, it is...
Wait.
What the
Where did this come from? Organ removal surgery success. That's such a survival rate, 98%.
Did they basically add violence for no seeming reason?
Well, no, I think this is intended to tie back into what was said in the article.
This is just so out of left field.
Because, like, the girl that we have is, like, the only surviving test subject of this stuff, but he was doing it to a lot of people.
Yeah. Is there 90%? Wait, 98% of 18 is 17.5. Nathan already saying one of the subjects is half dead. Yes. Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
is believed that they were performed merely to
Oh
test
yeah,
the
click
viability of such
bad
procedures
math.
on other...
I forgot that was one of the bingos.
Yeah, hold on, where is it? There we go.
other subjects. At present, any theories as to the purpose behind these alterations are speculative at best, as Dr. Wilson died during the raid in which SCP-191 was
Not
recovered,
the
and
doctor.
the only surviving records of his research are a single, half-burned, spiral-bound
Why would the SCP symbol be on the notebook? It was an enemy group! Why would they have the... Oh my god.
They're trying to frame the SCP Foundation to the SCP Foundation. They walked up to the Foundation and said, "Hey, you did this awful thing. Punish yourself."
They're saying bad history. What do you think?
I don't think we've hit that.
SCP Foundation response for everything. The GOC Foundation branch. Someone's hand Foundation branch. Says random person.
Every Sarkic cult Foundation branch. Well, that one's true, but
yeah. Since she's just blatantly the SCP's fault. Yeah, pretty much most of the canons it is. 3, 2, 1.
because
notebook, consisting mostly
apparently
of cryptic...
someone thought it was a good idea for this supposedly detached, unbiased organization to be run entirely by like people that have fanatical, over-the-top loyal servants.
Yeah.
That's definitely not going to cause issues, down the line. If your unbiased, impartial observer and acting group is run by 13 cults of personalities all biting at each other for blood. I can't imagine that going wrong.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
And the only surviving records of his research are a single, half-burned, spiral-bound notebook consisting mostly of cryptic notes regarding a higher purpose. SCP-191 was recovered by Foundation agents during a brief collaborative effort with the Global Occult Coalition, in which a raid was conducted on the laboratory of Dr. Wilson, a suspected member of an anti-Foundation group. She was the only test subject recovered from the laboratory. All other
Wait, that's a contradiction. They said it was an anti-Foundation group, but on the notebook of the doctor, they had the Foundation symbol on it. Wait a minute.
They just don't know. They just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The actual answer is like they just don't know what they're doing.
And look at the surrounding the girl. It's just a bunch of the corpses of clones of her.
Except no, except head completely replaced with something.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. My fucking old USB fucking webcam.
Yeah. Versus the Foundation is the Imperium of Man. They go to war with themselves whenever they feel like. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
test subjects expired during the raid, either disposed of by Dr. Wilson or eliminated
I love the most wonky animation imaginable.
Fire. If you were firing a gun that powerful like that, I'm pretty sure it's gonna fly off your hands. It doesn't look like they have a definite grip on it.
Let me just...
hostiles by the task force. Preliminary.
Oh, is it the final brain cell?
I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on, I gotta get a drink. I'll be back.
That's the most weak-wristed firing of a fucking submachine gun imaginable. It's the sort of recoil you'd expect if a fucking man made out of jello was firing an SMG gun.
From the looks of it, random person, yes.
That's a thing, yes. They're holding it by the magazine. And they're apparently made out of jello.
Yeah. Oh, look at the intensive care drawing. 2 limbs are missing. Intensive care.
I feel like my brain cells are in a fucking battle royale with each other to stay alive while watching this bullshit.
Like
They're all offing each other.
Like the first one, it was bad, but not too bad. Then we go to this. For basically every few seconds, there's something. What the fuck? Oh my god. Anyways, 3, 2.
Preliminary assessment concluded that full reconstruction was impossible, that the components introduced were too technologically advanced to risk becoming widely known, and that it could be a source of valuable data if kept alive. Subject was classified SCP-191 and moved to Site-17. Her disappearance and those of the other test subjects was later blamed on a local serial killer who was arranged to be killed in prison while awaiting.
Why does it kind of look like an edgy Aizawa? Because of the scarf thing and hair's coming up.
I'm gonna hurt you. The fact that you brought up Aizawa in this context, I'm prepare to wake up with several needles in your
comment that it
ears.
doesn't look like him because it doesn't even have a face. It barely has hair.
Yeah, bodies found, serial killer facing intestines. And random person says, what do you mean they found the bodies? The bodies are fucking cyborgs. Yeah, I don't think the Foundation would let them have the bodies.
I'm getting I'm getting to a level of frustration that I can I can't hold back some of my darker thoughts and outbursts.
Oh no.
Waiting trial. Dr.
The,
Glass
the
completed a
sorts of
psychological...
things that I don't normally want to say out loud.
Oh no.
Or replaced with something more tame.
No.
Like, I hope that you step on several Legos rather than hoping that you find needles in your ears in the morning.
Jesus.
It's happening. This video's it's taking my filters and it's turning them into mush. I'm excited for the future going forward.
Yeah. 3, 2,
I'm having such a good time.
3, 2, 1.
analysis on SCP-191. The following is a report of his findings. SCP-191 has responded fairly well to containment. She is completely docile and cooperative, and when not being interacted with, she
Wait,
spends
hold on.
most of her
Who did
time
you say his name
findings.
was?
Killer, who was arranged to be killed in prison while awaiting trial. Dr. Glass completed a
Okay.
psychological analysis on
Right, Doctor, you're
SCP-191.
right.
The following is a report of his findings. SCP-191 has responded fairly well to containment. She is completely docile and cooperative, and when not being interacted with, she spends most of her time sitting still or curled up in a fetal position. This may be a sign of distress, but it is more likely for physical comfort, as normal body movements and postures are difficult. Mental acuity is questionable, although capable of rapid data analysis and communications when physically linked to a computer system. She seems unable to follow conversations with human beings unless the conversant speaks slowly and uses simple words. Complex tasks are also impossible unless she is guided at every step. Her mood seems consistent, though somewhat inscrutable. She continually affects melancholy, will not make eye contact unless asked to, and any attempts to induce a cheerful or humorous mood have proven fruitless. However, she shows no signs of ongoing mental distress and claims through a computer interface that she is feeling well. To date, SCP-191 has not requested access to or information about any acquaintance she had before her abduction. What do you think about that SCP case? Please leave your comments below.
No.
Wait, they didn't do the interview, did they?
No.
Not interview, the test
No, they
thing.
skipped those. They
Okay.
skipped the test logs.
Okay, there's
So,
one thing I decided
I'm honestly
to see.
kind of thankful they skipped the test logs.
Yeah,
I am too, but we'll still have to count that as points on deviates from the plot.
Yeah, but anyways, I decided to look up to see if they drew Dr. Glass correctly, because Dr. Glass is a very popular SCP character, along with Dr.
Oh.
Clef and Gears. And for once, they didn't do bad. They gave him they made him blonde with glasses. They somehow drew correctly in their terrible art style. It's a fucking miracle. But anyways, removal of character / license.
I don't think they really removed any characters,
No.
so
Yeah, they did not remove
I-
characters.
so I think it's just a one
Yeah.
Yeah, one for the
license.
2 co-authors.
Yeah. The two. Yeah. Two
Yeah,
co-authors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
standard thing of it's like if you have
Yeah.
like all we expect from them for our low ass level of expectations is the author's name and link to the article. They linked to the article, they didn't give the author's name.
And that's
So one.
That's also fair when a person says the worst part is that it doesn't score all that high on some of these categories, but it's so horrible it should. Yeah.
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 Alright, Alter says added gore or violence.
I'm gonna put that at a 3.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all the way up to 4, but like the levels to which they mangled and messed up how her botched augmentations
Yeah.
R, I feel like it's fitting for like added or altered gore.
Yeah.
In this case, I agree since it's specifically physical representations of the abuse she went under.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they altered it.
Oh yeah, before I continue, I'm gonna read off what we got clicked on the bingo board. Wrong SCP design, racism, clickbait thumbnail, bad map/math, and contradiction. I just mentioned that. I'm gonna start doing it from now on. Like, before we, start rating, just say what we have on the bingo board.
No, that would make
That's
sense.
fair.
Yeah. So, deviates from the plot of the article.
They technically removed an entire portion.
I would say that they removed about like half of the most interesting elements of it, so I'd say give them a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adurna's on top of it too.
Yeah. Only men in the video slash offensiveness.
So can we give it an 8? Just for
We
shits
can
and
give it a
giggles?
4, but we
give it
can't go further than 4. But yes, it deserves a 4. If we could give it higher, we would do it, but we can't.
Hold on.
When you think about it, when you think, okay, no. Here's the thing. When you think about it, each point counts for, what was it? 5%.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Each point counts for 5%. Now, what if, for the sake of argument, we simply did put it at 8, and then that means that there is a collective. My brain just died. I'm not. Why do I agree to this? I want to spend time with my friends, but this is how it's being done.
Are you okay?
You good?
No, I'm never okay.
Did the people who misrepresented child abuse break you?
Yes.
Anyways.
Do you want to hug 191? Let's be honest, she was probably nabbed from her family while she was trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Probably.
I dare say, I say, like, my reasoning here is that, like, it was so offensive that we should, like, basically have the offensive meter take up 40% rather than just 20% of the total thing.
You know,
and thus,
that's
if it
valid.
was 8 points, then it'd bump it down to 10%.
You're right. I vote for making it an 8 for once.
Hopefully this is the last time we do this. Hopefully.
Hopefully the
no
last time
one
we
wants the offensiveness to be so bad that we vote for an 8.
That's what I'm trying to say. I hope we don't have to say it like this again.
Well, to be fair, if we had been, like, aiming to have it set up like this in the past, we definitely would have given more 8s out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Also, there's one thing I will say. I did read it before, but I don't remember what it's called. But there is a story that's really cute where it's the witch child, 053 and 191 going out trick-or-treating.
Oh.
She was dressed as Frankenstein's monster, which seems to us a story. Yeah.
I can't remember which
It's a really good SCP.
Yeah.
is a really good SCP, but it makes me think of bad things. And then you take that and put it into a content farm,
Yeah.
and now I wish for violence.
So here's the
Yeah,
work. Oh, sorry.
and like the Foundation is being so careful with her, and anytime a doctor interacts with her, you see things like, we're not upset, we're not mad anytime she gets nervous, but she still gets so scared.
Yeah.